Okay, so if the girl, the Brahmin girl, chant the name of the Buddha of pure lotus eyes and earnestly, respectfully, and that she carves the images of the above Buddha so that both the mother and her could benefit from it. We live in a world of cause and effect, and I don't think the price is very high. It's nothing really personal, so it's not about greed and grabbing money in my perception. So after being told by the Arhat, who is a highly attained practitioner of spiritual practices, the girl disposed of her precious belongings. She sold a bunch of stuff, and with the money she commissioned an image of the exalted Buddha drawn and paid homage to it, basically looking at somebody's picture. Again, she begged to know where her mother was. Suddenly one night she saw the Buddha in the midst of a bright golden light, as big as Mount Sumeru. In the Buddhist teaching, the center of the earth or of our world is Mount Sumeru. The Dalai Lama says he doesn't believe that's a true location. He believes that's a fable, but that's fine. Telling her thus, your mother will be born to your family as a child of a servant, and will be able to speak as soon as she can feel cold and hunger. So basically, able to speak upon birth, kind of hard to believe. Before long, the servant in her family gave birth to a son. The newly born child spoke to the girl 3 days after his birth. The newly born infant said to the girl, who was weeping bitterly, whatever evil deeds one has done, one will receive punishment without exception. Basically, the law of karma is immutable. Everything happens for a reason, and every action has a consequence. I'm your mother, the child says. The newborn baby said, after my departure from you, I have been cast into a dreadful hell to suffer severe punishment. It was on account of the good deeds offered by you that I am now born as a child of your servant, but owing to the evil deeds which I committed during my life, I can only live to the age of 13. So everything is merited. If you want to ride a bus, you need to buy a bus ticket. If you want to drink water, it has to come from a faucet. Everything has a price. So the age of this newborn baby is also merited, merited, basically earned, and will again be cast into the hell after a lifespan of 13 years. My child, what ways and means can you find to relieve me from my sufferings? Upon hearing this, the girl was certain that the newly born infant was her mother. The girl then asked the newborn child, since you were my mother in your last life, you ought to know what sins were committed by you so that you were cast into hell. What have you done to get these kind of consequences? The child answered, I have committed 2 sins, both by killing lives and speaking evil, as well as scolding others. Without your help, by practicing good deeds, I can never be relieved from my suffering. The girl then asked the infant, what kind of suffering were you subjected to in hell? The mother replied, who's really the newborn baby, the sufferings were so numerous that I can not fully relate them, even if given 1,000 years to do so. Upon hearing this, the girl then wept bitterly again. My mother be relieved from hell forever after. Later the child died at the age of 13. Meanwhile, the girl was seen calling, O Buddha of the 10 directions of space, please become passionate and listen to me. If my mother can be relieved from the 3 states of suffering, the animal, the hell, and the ghost, or be born into a superior family, or will never be born a female again, in this case, she's making that statement, I now make a strong vow in front of the image of the Buddha of pure lotus eyes. I shall continue to forge ahead unremittingly to relieve all suffering beings from hell, as well as any state of suffering from every universe, and lead them to real salvation. I shall accept Buddhahood only when I have completed the relief of all beings from their sufferings. So if you look at the female of the species in the United States, they were unable to vote. In some countries, they are not able to drive until now. So in many ways, they are subject to the male of the species. Times have changed, but that's a statement made by the Brahmin girl. After making such a firm declaration, The Buddha of the pure lotus eye then told the girl, "You are really a filial daughter, a daughter who is devoted to the parent. Mother or father, to make such a strong vow for the benefit of your mother, may your mother be born as a Brahmakarin, a young Brahmin, the highest caste of the Hindu tradition, basically a priest. After living for 13 years, she will then live for 100 years. After that, she will be reborn in the universe, where she will not suffer anymore, and there she will enjoy life for kalpas and kalpas until she finally achieves Buddhahood. And that place is Sukhavati, the Western Pure Land. They didn't mention that over here. Then she will be able to convert as many humans as the grains of the sands in the Ganges River, which is a river in India." Okay, 2 more minutes. Shakyamuni Buddha told the king of devils, "The arhat who helped the girl with bright eyes to relieve her mother is Aksayamati Bodhisattva. The mother of the girl with bright eyes is at present the Bodhisattva of emancipation. The girl with bright eyes is at present the Kshitigarbha Bodhisattva. Kshitigarbha Bodhisattva was noted for his compassion and sympathy through kalpa after kalpa by making innumerable vows to lead the erring world to salvation. If any male or female of the future, through ignorance, does not practice good deeds but commits sins through actions, words, and thoughts, or ignores the law of cause and effect, they will always suffer in any one of the states of suffering," which were the 5 states mentioned yesterday. Alright, talk to you soon.